So what I'm trying to do is kind of like dig out a section here, so if I can kind of chunk this off a bit and run it through the plant, we'll see what we get to. But basically all we're doing is just digging and digging and digging and digging and digging. Try to square it off a little bit here, that's why I've moved the excavator down a little bit. But we're starting to get more and more coal as we move further and further down, which obviously that's awesome. Because we're trying to get this loan paid off and we're just trying to crack on and do it. There's a long way to go before we get to where we're trying to get to. It's always good because we're starting to get some different sorts of materials. I've done a little bit more digging since we've last looked, not a lot, but just a little bit more, and we're starting to get like rubies and stuff. So, you know, there's huge potential for making some decent whack out of this. Thanks to that wash plant that we got last time round. I parked my truck too far away. Yeah, I have. I'll just go bring it closer. So yeah, the whole idea is to dig a big hole, just see what we get out of it, and hopefully we can start to get more value stuff out of it, and then more value stuff will enable us to obviously make more money, and with more money we can get better machinery, and hopefully we can kind of upgrade all of this, because I do want to put this inside a building. I think if we can get it kind of packed in somewhere so it actually looks like it makes sense, that would be great. But yeah, I want to try and dig this all out so it's nice and flat. And I'm trying to think what the best way to do that is. Whether I get a dozer, so I can doze sort of flat and square and get a front end loader again. Now I've sort of marked it all out where I want to be with an excavator. Or whether we just keep on digging with the excavator. I do like the excavators, I really do. I know it's a bit corny, but I don't know, there's just something about them. Even with my poor ability to use them, they're just so cool. So I am going to just continue to dig on and shut my mouth, and we'll fast forward through all of this stuff and see where we get to. I think while we're at a stop, what I'm going to do is fill up the excavator because it's slightly running low on fuel. So if I top that up, then what I'll do is I'll send it down the other side, kind of square things off the other way down, give us a little bit more of a straight line, trench almost, and then perhaps look at swapping it out for a front end loader again. Part of me wants to bring the plant down here as well. So kind of bring a hopper down underneath and maybe run a conveyor belt system up to what we've got that's existing. I just feel that it'll be a little bit quicker, if you like. I kind of want to dig down here just to square this off. Level this off, similar to that side. Then front end loader it so we're scoopy, turn and go. So when I get to the front end loader, if I put a hopper down somewhere where I'm stood here, so the travel time isn't too big, and then I can just dump it all in up there, That might work. That might be where we're looking for. But for now, at the minute, go fill this thing up with some fuel because it's running low on fuel. And the last thing I want to do is end up stuck with it somewhere, which is just going to be our luck. So while we've got a little bit of downtime, let's go top her up, spend all that money. We'll have a look as well to see how all that ore that we've just done 2 scoop loads, done 2 truck loads. It could be something or it could be very little, to be fair. So we'll find out what's happening. Maybe shouldn't have put the fuel tank so far away and on the other side, but I wanted to keep it out of the way. When we're running high on money, we'll get a truck so we don't have to just keep running everything back to the tank. We can just truck it backwards and forwards. I don't have enough money because I don't have any money. Let's go get some money. That's not too bad at all. 10k from coal and coal alone. What have we got in here? Oh, so we've only got dirt in here. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's obviously not low enough for pay dirt as we're just scooping out the kind of higher end stuff. That's just normal dirt, but you know, we'll get down to pay dirt eventually. It will start paying our way. And then hopefully, just over $1,000's worth of fuel, just under $1,000's worth of fuel. That's not too bad at all. Right, bank. We're bringing the money down. We are slowly getting the money down. Before you know it, we'll be right where we want it to be. You know what? No, I'm not going to square it off. I'm happy with it where it is. It's relatively square. It's kind of flat. How are we looking now? I mean, there's plenty to go out with the excavator. The problem is if I put the excavator in, I'm not going to be able to load up the dump truck because it's going to be too high. So, let's do it. Let's sub everything out. So, probably going to regret this in a hurry, but it is what it is. And if we get this one as well. Front end loader, scoop in, come driving in, boom, boom, boom. Right, first things first, I'll get a dozer. That's a bit of money. So I'll buy a little bulldozer just to chug us along. Oh, it's going to cost me more than I've got. It means taking out a loan. Do I want to do that? Let's not do that then. I was going to get a bulldozer and push everything in to smooth it down and flatten it out, but because of the cost, I'm not going to do that. I have got enough for a front-end loader without taking out more loan. So I will do that, and then I will also, because I do like to get rid of the loan, I'll pay off this 80 grand. It's getting a more manageable number. So if that's what we're going to do here, then we're going to need to buy some more machinery. Shouldn't have sold that 80 grand. Never mind. Oh, crumbs, we're not going to have enough stuff. So this is where the fun and games begin then. Okay, so hopefully that might work, but I might also have to buy, and I think I will for safety purposes, shoot. So hopefully that should put all the dirt in there. We've got the front end loader. All we've got left now is to try it. I just realised I just topped up that excavator with fuel just for me to then sell it off. That wasn't very smart or productive. Now I remember why I used the excavator. So, just want to park this up and just see if this is working or whether this is going to spit everywhere. It's working. Stuff's getting stuck, but it is working. Cool. So hopefully, yeah, once I work out how I'm digging through here, this should be okay. Okay, well, that big mess of a load just shows me one thing. I'm going to go get these wooden parts from around here. Ah. That's a problem. So there's build up here. So I need to move this higher a little bit. Okay. Not a problem. Not a problem. We'll recycle this. Leave those two there. I think if I take this... Right, let me just check something. So if we put this in here... Please... Yeah, they're the same height, so we can recycle this and recycle this. Yeah, hopefully that should work. It might mean now, though, that I've got to put these on here. I'll do that just for safekeeping. I'll buy myself a couple more. Nah, yeah, we'll buy ourselves a couple more. There we go. We'll try and reduce the mess as much as we can. This was unexpected, to be fair, but never mind. We'll work with it. A clean mine is a happy mine, right? And then management can't moan at us either, so once we start making some money. I did notice that further on down in the hole, we have started to uncover pay a bit more, so once we start nibbling into that pay dirt, especially with the front end loader, then we should start making a bit more juicy money. That's where all the gold and the rubies and emeralds and all that other fine, high quality gear is at, so it'll all work to our favour. So then that's run out of that. Yeah, there we go. That's better. That's much better. Still some going down the side, sneaking down this end. Not a lot, but maybe enough. Onwards and upwards. Okay, let's have a look, see what we've won. The sort is still a sorting. So, what have we got in terms of coal? That's a nice amount of coal. I mean, it's not, numbers wise, it's not huge, but, you know, 5k, we'll take that. And over here, did we get any little pay dirt? No, apparently not. I don't mind saying the excavator has been more efficient in terms of getting us some cash. Just the issue is the depth, because if I get an excavator in there, it's not going to be able to load up a truck. Could really do with the dozer though. We really could. Our low fuel warning has gone to red, so I think that's a good time as any to go and refuel. Because if it goes any worse, we're going to be stuck, and I don't really appreciate that. Don't think management would be too happy if we've got a sort of an active mine that's doing okay. It is doing okay, but then end up with no machinery to be able to work it due to being out of fuel. So we've got to fuel up, keep everybody happy. Of course, we can't do that because we've got no cash. So we'll go check these. Make some cells. Yeah, 4k. So the excavator was about $1,000 worth of fuel. Don't know what the front end loader will be. I was expecting to see something other than dirt in here as well. We are starting to get down to where we need to get with this front end loader. So I was hoping that we were going to see something else, but maybe not yet. So we've got pay coming through here, but that's because we keep spilling it because it's here now. So we're really nearly there. If I could just get this middle lump out, it'd be beneficial for us. And I'm also kind of thinking if I could square this off so it was like flat, then I could use this as a rundown for a dump truck so that it gets below, excavate all of this stuff this side, bump it into here, run the truck off. I just feel that I'm at a point where I just want all the machinery, and obviously we don't really have the funds to do that. There's nothing specifically stopping us from taking out all the money from the bank, but I just don't want to end up running up a huge interest. It's 30% interest, so if I ended up with, what would it be? It'd be like nearly 2 million's worth of withdrawals. That's going to be a lot of interest at 30%. So we want to try and pay it off as much as we can while we can. We are making some money. We just got to remember it's a slow and steady process. Eventually, we'll be completely and utterly out of the bank, so we won't be paying anybody back, and we'll be making money that we'll be able to buy us what we need to buy. So let's not rush these things. It's a slow process. We're out here on our own in the Arctic tundra, so we've got to make the most of it. Prove our worth. You never know what might come in our way. Okay, well, you can kind of see what we're doing, what we're trying to achieve here anyway. With the old pit and the hole, and it's getting there, it is getting there. I will admit, I prefer using the excavator to the front loader. I do struggle using the front end loader, but as we've got deeper down, like in here, it seems to be real easy to dig underneath stuff, so I've got to be careful there that we don't go too far underneath and have stuff collapse or loose above us. It won't collapse at the minute, but you know what I'm saying. We are getting somewhere. It's a little bit tricky with this not being square to dig this side out here a little way, and I get to the point where I'm going to end up taking too far back that I can't use this hopper, so we've got to look to extend that. But I've been back and forth a little bit to see if we've been making some good progress, and it's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. So I just thought we'll have a look where we are now, just check in where we're at, what we like for coal. That's better. Getting towards nearly 1,000 coal, which that's nice. That's a nice lump of money. And now for the biggie, how much dirt and anything else have we got in here? We got 2 more gold. It's not, you know, ridiculous, but it's better than nothing. That's not really that expensive. Look, that can't be right, can it? Really? Gold's only 67 bucks each? Wow. It's kind of disappointing. Never mind, eh? It is what it is. We'll sell it. We get a nice lump sum of money. Bada bing, bada boom. And then we can take that off to the bank. 20 grand. It's not too bad. It gets us finally into the 600 mark. So we're slowly chipping away. I hope that this is going to be good for us. And we are proving that we can make money pretty much out of nothing. Although we did get really lucky with the coal, didn't we? Let's be honest. But I will keep on hammering at this, and eventually we'll get something back. We'll pay off the loan, and we'll get a big hole that we can maybe look to fill with our tail ends, I think it was people call them. Chuck all our dirt and soil in here, so we don't even have to store it. Although it is making money, so even if it's a little. I don't know. Anyway, guys, I will see you again next time. Thank you for dropping in. Take it easy, and bye for now.